Okay, today we need to look at the natLab. Quite obviously, you need a Windows machine and a Linux machine, and they both need to be in the same VLAN. And we can explain that in class, or maybe I can take a look at it here in a second. But the first thing I want to do is configure an IP address for my Windows machine. And this is the way in which I'm going to get there. We come over here to local area connection, and we're going to look at IP properties here inside of our network settings, and then we're going to look at IPv4 properties, and we're going to set an IP address. Now for the natLab, what we're going to do is we're going to assign our Windows machine a private IP address such as this. That's fine for the subnet mask, and 168.1.1, and I'll go ahead and fill these out. And yours should be the same. So this is all we have to set up on our Windows machine. We're giving it a private IP address. We're going to set up our Linux machine as the NAT box through which our machine has to go to in order to get out to the network. Okay, thank you. We'll see if that matters here in a second. Here I am on my Linux machine. Now you can get to it any way you want, and I'm going to be showing you how to do it at the text-based interface. I have one Ethernet interface set up. That's my public IP address. I'm going to create a second interface that's going to be a private IP address. And if you're using a GUI, you probably can still do this or use gedit or something, but I'm using Emacs. There's my interface settings for my first network interface card. You need to add a line that's something like this and give it an address. So we're setting up the gateway, and your address would be 192.168.1.1. There's your net mask, and we'll just leave that as the gateway for now. And up here I'm going to add a line that says auto eth00, so it brings both of them up automatically. Sudo if up eth00, and I'm going to do if config, and we can see that that did come up. Now, one thing I'm going to do, check back on my Windows machine at this point and check to see that I can ping the gateway. Let's see here. Ping 192.168.1.1, and I can ping, okay, let's try google.com, and it's probably going to say unknown host. Okay, so let's try ping 8.8.8.8, which is what we expected to happen, because we have, and you can see that it has timed out. But what we expect to happen is I'm going to be able to ping this machine, but I have not set up NAT at any point yet. So if we look at NAT, here was our instructions here. We want to do this, which we've already done. We want to turn on this. Now we need to give it this NAT command, which looks something like that. So sudo iptables -t nat -a post routing, and yes, I could be copying and pasting this in here probably. eth 0 -j masquerade. We don't really need to understand the details of that, but that's essentially what makes NAT possible. Okay, and so I'm just editing two files, and now we're going to see if it works. So I come back over here and see if I can ping 8.8.8.8, and I get reply. So now it's working, and we could always open up a web browser. And now, so what we're just demonstrated is I'm on a private network, and I can get out to the internet